And welcome everyone to In the Cage with Bards here on Nextsportstar.com, uncensored and unscripted. I, of course, am your warm and convivial host, Carlin Bardsley, here to guide you through the next hour or so of mixed martial arts action. It is the most fun you could have without being punched in the face. And joining me to my left, he is a fighter who is going to be... Yeah, you, man.
Yeah, exactly.
He is a fighter that's going to be on that huge Score Fighting Series 7 card happening this Friday at Hamilton Place Theatre in Hamilton, Ontario. He is a score fighter. He has been in Bellator. He's a funny man, daily quoter, and all-around swell guy. The Spartan, Elias Theodorou, joins the program. How you doing, man?
Not bad. How are you?
Great to have you back.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
And you forgot one thing.
What,
private dancer for hire.
Private dancer. All right. Are we going to get some Tina Turner as your entrance music on Friday then?
No.
Not going to go
maybe
that
a little
far?
bit in the cage, but that's just all along the game plan.
All right, and I've noticed that, as you can tell, I'm a big Movember supporter here. I've got the Hulk Hogan going, brother. And I noticed that you had a mustache going, but did you just shave that for the show, or what happened?
Yeah. Well, truth be told, I'm actually like the least hairiest Greek in the world. I get made fun of on a regular occasion by all my cousins that I don't have any shoulder hair. So basically,
is that a negative in Greek culture?
Well, yeah, exactly. Whenever I run by a pool in front of a family member, they like, look, no back hair. But no.
Is George the Animal stealing your family?
Exactly. No, I had a little bit of something going on, but it was more pathetic than anything. I just looked like a 14-year-old boy, and kind of like the guy that it looked less like a mustache and more like the kind of guy that lures little kids in to a van with some candy. So I got rid of that.
Not the look you're going for.
No. It's not right now. We'll see.
Well, I got to tell you, man, you seem to be in great spirits considering you're undergoing a weight cut right now.
Yeah, it's every fighter's favorite part of the job. I'm even accompanied with about almost a liter worth of water right here that I'll probably finish throughout this interview. It's part of the job. I try and look at it the best I can, and I know that the light's at the end of the tunnel because I've done this now. This will be my 6th time doing it, and I know I get to eat whatever the hell I want afterwards, to some extent. No spicy food or whatever the heck this stuff may be, but I walk around about 218. I'll get down to about 185, and then right back up there.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, what's your meal after you've done the weight cut?
Well, it's less meals and more replacing like the sugar and like the Pedialyte and putting all those electrolytes back into you, because not only is there the craving behind what you want to eat, but there's also the refueling. So like one of the things that people don't realize, when people get knocked out like in 30 seconds in a fight, a lot of that has to do with the dry brain. And when I say that is 20 or so % of the water is actually in your head. And people that have hangovers, they know exactly how that feels. The body pretty much is bigger, so the brain's like, hey, there's more body, so let's get rid of some of the water. So basically the water leaves from your brain and goes to the rest of your body, leaving a dry brain and less cushion, less whatever the case may be. And when you get hit, you're dehydrated.
Yeah, and
get knocked out.
We've seen some terrible things happen from severe weight cuts. As far as water or moisture in the brain goes. The Korean guy that was in boxing, the early '80s or whatever, that made him actually change the rules. They said that was a contributing factor because he was so dehydrated from making weight, and then he just got beat on for 15 rounds or whatever it was. So, yeah, and in that weight cut vein, how does your weight cut go? Because obviously it's different for guys that are your size and cutting down to like 85 and say maybe a 45er.
Exactly. A lot of it has to do with water weight in my regards. Like for instance, building up to it, I'm drinking like 6 to 8 liters of water, and then now I'm tapering off. I'm going to be doing about 3 or 4 today, and then pretty much no liquids tomorrow. If anyone looks at my Twitter, they can actually see at Elias Theodorou. Basically, you can see that today at the gym, I wore a sauna suit, but I was still drinking like 3-4 liters of water, and I sweated out an iceberg. Like, if there's any example needed for global warming, just look at the iceberg that melted outside my pants. That sounded totally wrong as soon as I said that. But with that being said, I soaked up the floor and I had to end up wiping it all out. But I put in about 2-3 liters at training today, just cardio like a madman, and then sweating it all out.
Yeah. So do you go for Epsom salts baths?
Yeah. So basically, I got to explain. I walk around about 215, 218 pounds, and the first like a month prior, I'm starting to like really watch my diet, and up until like about the last week or so, it's all dietary weight cutting. It's not anything to do with water. That's the last step. So then you start doing the water loading, and then I get my best to my best ability by tonight. I want to be like 199. I walked around about, I'm probably like 201 or so by tonight. Going in tomorrow, wake up like 196, do another little workout or whatever the case may be, and then wake up the day of the weigh-ins at 9 o'clock or so at like 193, 194, and then I'm going to do what's called an Epsom salt bath, and it's not just Epsom salt. A lot of people just do that in itself. What you do is you get a tub, bathtub. You don't just get a tub. You go in a bathtub, you fill it with as hot as water as you can stand, and to the point being where when you sit in it, they actually come with boiled water and put it in there. It's not as bad. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And basically what ends up happening is in a sauna, you only heat up the core, and it takes longer to do it. Whereas this, I'm heating up every little inch of my body, from my fingertips to my toes to my core, everything, right? So what ends up happening is when you put the Epsom salt and the rubbing alcohol, people forget rubbing alcohol or don't know about rubbing alcohol. What the Epsom salt does is, like everyone knows, it not only some people take it after training and it kind of like recuperates the muscles and whatnot. It actually sucks out water from your body like a sponge. But what ends up happening is when you put rubbing alcohol with it, it actually does a chemical reaction and opens up your pores as well because you're exfoliating. Exfoliating? There you
Exfoliating?
Go. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
This is my rule here.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and then basically it opens up your pores, it sucks out all the water, and you do about 15 minutes in there, and you jump on a bed, and then they throw towels on you, so that's your sauna part. So sitting in that really hot water, not only did it suck the water out of you, it heats up your core, and then it also gives you a sweat. And then the whole process is to jump on the bed, they throw endless amount of towels on you. That's the worst part. The water is not that bad, but what ends up happening is the towel is my least favorite part because I'm kind of claustrophobic. So when they're throwing towels on my face everywhere, because you want to get everything off every little piece of your body. And then you do that for 15 minutes, and you go back and forth. Last time I lost 12 pounds in 2 hours.
So it's an effective technique. It's a lot similar to what Lou Pawley used in that season where he was Dos Santos's one of Dos Santos's coaches on The Ultimate Fighter.
Yep.
So
there's a famous one of Jose Aldo doing it as well.
Yeah.
I think some people even put I don't know if they put Pedialyte or something like that on their skin as well. Not Pedialyte, sorry. Whoa. I forget what it's called, but some type of oil that actually helps open up the pores as well.
Okay. All right, and so the weight is on point. You're not worried about that at all. You've put in the hard hours in training. I know you're a freak when it comes to cardio. I get exhausted listening to you talk about your cardio routine. But as far as the MMA training is going, what have you been doing specifically looking up for this fight against Ali Muqdad?
Basically, a lot of the same. Working on the cardio, of course, as you just said, and I will repeat because it is what a lot of the game plan is. Grinding it out, but also footwork, head movement. I'm looking to really take advantage of some of the weaknesses I feel that Ali has in regards to my strengths and where I'm going to play on it. I'm not too focused on any one area. I'm willing to go anywhere because I feel comfortable everywhere.
Yeah, and doing a lot of work with Mecca MMA and as well as the Grant Brothers.
Yes, Grant Brothers.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a lot of people that I'm still with in regards to a lot of the same people from Mecca, but I'm also now at Grant Brothers MMA. A great facility, great group of guys there. There's a lot of great training partners, both in my weight class and all around.
Mm-hmm. So if you're in Toronto, check out Grant Brothers MMA because it's a great school. And so we talked a bit about your opponent Ali, the Monster Muqdad, and fighting out of Windsor, Ontario. And I don't know if you know this about me. I'm not the biggest fan of Windsor, Ontario.
To each their own.
There are some nice people down there. I don't want to start tarring everyone with the same brush, but the city itself is a toilet. I couldn't think of a better word.
I wouldn't use that word, but
no?
Go on.
What word would you use then? Because you've fought in Windsor. You've clearly spent at least a little bit of time there.
Yeah, no, it's a great place. From what hey, to each their own. But when I was there, the people at least, I didn't get I'll leave this. I didn't get much time to enjoy the scenery or whatever. I actually enjoyed the people that came out and watched me kick ass at Bellator.
Yeah.
So I appreciate everyone that came. And there was a bunch of people that came from Michigan as well. But from what I've entertained, at least the casino's fantastic.
It is a nice casino. I'll
There
give you
you
that.
go.
I actually used to live in the apartment building that's right next
Oh,
to the
cool.
casino. So
Cool.
I think I was there twice the entire time I was in winter because I'm bad at math, so I don't
fair
gamble.
enough. Fair enough. I'm not good at. I'm not one to gamble, anyways.
Yeah.
Every time I've ever gone to a casino, I'll draw $20 on either a slot or what's it called, some roulette game or whatever, that just to say I did it.
Yeah, just say you were there.
Yeah, I did it.
And Ali, he does have some impressive wins on his resume. He's beat Andreas Spang, who is another Bellator veteran. As well, you have a common opponent in Simon Marini. What is Ali bringing to the table that you feel you have to be aware of?
Oh, well, he's a big, strong dude. He's pretty well versed in MMA, and he's very good at pushing the pace. I think my pace is a different one and a more grueling one that I think will basically be the outcome of the fight will help in my favor. But with that being said, I'm taking him very, very serious, and I'm excited to kick some ass, and I hope he's ready for a fight.
Yeah, well, I imagine he would be, because when you see a Theodorou on the other end of the card, it's got to inspire some, at least, feelings of reservation, because you're undefeated, you're 5-0, you'll take any fight on short notice, and you'll step up that way. Let's face it, the world is your oyster right now. Do you feel extra confident right now, just the way things have been able to roll for you?
Well, yeah, so far so good, and especially if you look at the fact that I've done it all in 16 months.
Yeah.
By the time I fight this fight next Friday, it is 6 fights, and I'm going for 6-0, so 6 wins, 6 fights in 16 months, give or take.
Yeah, and you'll be doing it in front of an increased audience, because not only will that card be live here in Canada on the Score, but it will also be live on Access TV in the States, so that's millions more eyeballs that are going to be in your direction. What do you think that means, not just for you personally, because I'm guessing that you're looking forward to the increased exposure, but for the Score as a promotion as well?
Oh, it's a real testament to all the people that have put their hearts and soul into the Score. I know a lot of the guys that are that have built it from the ground up, and this is basically their time to enjoy the fruits of their labor. And Access TV is basically a testament to how good of organization and a fight league they've put together. It's Canada's Premier League.
Yeah, and do you think that the increased amount of eyeballs that's going to lead to increased sponsorship opportunities for you as well? Or
Well, hopefully. I'm very happy and proud to represent the companies and the sponsors that I do, and I'm always looking to grow that, and would love anyone that is interested in being a part of a winning team. An example, me. This guy. Who's 2 thumbs and wins? Me. No, I'm just kidding. Sort of. I'm like the most important thing for me to do is win, and that's what I'm focused on and committed to, and letting everything else fall and let the chips lay where they may. I think I
chips fall where they may?
Boom.
Again, this is my rule here.
This is his rule. This is what he's here for.
But the fight is in Hamilton, and the fight card got some bad news anyway when it was announced that Josh Hill would no longer be on the card. Josh, obviously, being a Hamilton guy,
Sure.
it brings in a lot of ticket sales, and I'm sure you do as well. People want to see the Spartan. It is the hair.
It's the hair. It's the hair.
It might have been the mustache too if you let it go.
No, I didn't want to risk it.
No.
Didn't risk it.
But do you think that's going to have any effect on the attendance at all? The fact that Josh Hill, the hometown hero, is not going to be there?
Well, no, it's upsetting that he's not going to be a part of it, but I think the card is so stacked that even though there's missing a part of it, it's not doesn't take anything away from the whole card itself. From top to bottom, there's Score fighting vets, former UFC fighters, and
Jordan Mean.
The Mean himself. Yeah, but what ends up happening is there's a great card and great local fighters for people to support.
Absolutely. And you are kind of a world traveler, I guess, is of sorts.
Seen some things, man.
I don't know. we can go into that. Okay. I wanted to talk about Thailand. I was going to talk about training there, but I'm sure there's tons of more stories in that vein. But the last time you were here...
Can I explain one story? People are probably going to freak out. Just to explain what Thailand is, it is amazing. It's basically... Vegas on steroids. So the one thing, either people love it or hate it, get freaked out. After my fighting and all that, or whatever, I got some time to, because when I went there, the difference between me and everyone else is I was strictly there to train. I didn't spend all that money, especially when I was first starting up. I wasn't even professional yet at this point. I was completely there to train and take in the experience. So after the fights that I had, I got to indulge in like the full moon party and all that fun stuff. But just throwing it out there, for $20, you can blow up a pig with a rocket launcher.
I did not expect the story to go in that direction.
No. There's a lot of other stuff too. But,
I was thinking, the first scene in that Leonardo DiCaprio movie, The Beach, where he drings the snake blood.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you were going to
do that. You could
do that too. Yeah, but no, you went straight to the rocket launcher and found a pig.
Yep.
Excellent.
Bacon for everybody.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask about your spinning back fist knockout down there, but now it just kind of seems blasé, just blowing up a pig with a rocket launcher.
Yeah, exactly. Just moving on up.
But I did want to ask about the spinning back fist KO, because you're known as a guy that is just cardio. You'll wear people down. You just make them fight your pace, and a lot of people can't, and that's how you win fights. But you're not without the flashy moves. Obviously you've had them work for you.
Yeah, I know. With that fight in particular, that was actually like the second fight that evening or whatever like that. Mm. He fought, I fought, we both won, and then we ended up fighting each other afterwards. There's a lot I can do, and with MMA, there's a lot more to it than just striking and kickboxing and Muay Thai in general. So there's a lot more to it, and although I haven't been able to show some of it in the 2 score fights that I've done. If you check out my other fights, there's some interesting stuff. Fight before that, before my last one with Simon Marini on Bellator, I made a man quit standing up because I broke his orbital bone.
Nice.
So
I love that.
It's not like I don't have flashy moves, and Google me. That's honestly the coolest pickup line ever. Google me. No, but
just have that on a card, Elias. Theodorou, Google me.
I think I might do this now.
There you go.
But no, I'm growing as a fighter, and at this point, it's always about the W, no matter what. But I'm looking for this fight to make it interesting and make it fun to watch.
You got some new tricks up your sleeve stored for Ali Mokdad then, or?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, I got
never reveals the truth.
No.
But in addition to Thailand, you've also been to Brazil. You went and trained down at Black House, Anderson Silva's gym. You were up in TriStar in Montreal, the home of GSP and others. What were the experiences like, particularly in Montreal? Because we talked about Brazil a bit last time you were here. But Montreal, and I also want to know who's still on your dream list to go train with.
Oh, yeah. No, everywhere that I've gone to train with, I'm thankful to do it. Everyone that I've encountered, be it TriStar or BTT or in Brazil, and then also BTT Canada in Montreal, I went there as well. Trained with Patrick Ote, and then I also have gone to Team Nogueira or whatever like that. Everyone, there's a certain, when you get to a certain level, there's a certain amount of respect for one another. It's we've all at that level have put in the grind day in, day out, and respect anyone else that does it. So everyone that, sure, there's sometimes a little bit of rivalry, sometimes like, who is this new person, who's this person coming from somewhere else, but for the most part, nothing lets two people come together than punching the hell out of each other for a couple of rounds, and either grabbing a drink or just grabbing a meal afterwards. With one interesting story with TriStar, excuse me. One of the coolest things was the first when me and my other 2 training partners went in there. The coach that was my coach, Nick Johnson, who brought us there and invited us there or whatever like that. He was sick prior to that, so he was going to meet us afterwards. And so it's me and my 2 other training partners training down there. The first person to introduce himself was George St. Pierre.
Nice.
Not that he needs any introduction. He's like, hello, my name is George. And I was like, oh, I know.
I'm sorry, come again?
Yes. Who? What? Yeah, but no, there's a lot of great people down at TriStar, and there's a lot of both personalities, people, and training partners.
Yeah. So who's on the dream list? That you've trained GSP, trained at Anderson Silva's. Who's still on the dream list? Who would you like to go in and learn from or observe?
Well, no. After this fight, obviously, what's it called? Up in Duke Rufus's place. Yeah. Would love the opportunity to train there. There's a lot of people at AKA, and then there's a lot of people up even still at in Florida. What's it called? ATT still on the dream list, and then also Vegas. So there's a bunch of gyms to go hit up there. And after this fight, I'm really looking forward to doing some traveling and kind of just training and sharpening the tools and taking it all in.
Do you view yourself as kind of like a Carlos Newton, kind of a Ronin, just kind of going from camp to camp? Or?
Oh, no. I am, when I have my I'm really happy where I am at Grant Brothers and Mecca as well. And what's it called? In regards to what Mecca has brought towards me, and also Grant Brothers, that's my home. Grant Brothers is my home, so that's where I'll be. But I can go other places to take it all in.
Good, glad to hear it, man. And I gotta say, man, you're the chipperest guy. I know I said it earlier, but going through a weight cut and you just look like you're having a blast, man. Usually I interview fighters during fight week when they're going on hard cut. Yeah, kind of like this, kind of like one word answers, this and that.
Yes.
But no, you look like you're ready to inflict some damage. I gotta ask you, you mentioned earlier the weight cut and you can't wait to eat. You're a bit of a foodie, I know.
Yes. What? Yeah, okay, go on.
Are you going to have some Twinkies afterwards?
No. He's referring to a tweet I posted around. Hostess, I believe, is the creator of Twinkies. And unfortunately, Twinkies, although it can survive a nuclear holocaust, it can't survive demands. Basically, it has gone bankrupt. But a follow-up to that story, don't worry, the Twinkies are safe. I believe a couple of unions and Hostess or whatever like that have come to a deal to allow the Twinkies to survive.
So if people can come together and use Twinkies for labor peace, why can't the NHL do it? That's
exactly.
what I'm wondering.
Exactly. That's the real question.
Isn't it though? Have you seen Zombieland?
Yes.
Weren't the Twinkies the real star of that movie?
Yes. Well, what's his name? Woody
Harrelson.
Yes. Actually, he's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
But sorry, not to take away from the.
Yeah, exactly. Come on. The Twinkies were the headliners.
Twinkies,
yeah,
yes.
exactly.
But like co-actor, co-star. Yeah, that's the one.
So should I just travel around with you now and kind of finish your sentences, make sure you have the right word for everything?
Yes.
There you go.
Why not?
Yeah, then I'll be part of the entourage. I'll get those cards made up. Elias, Theodorou, Google me.
Yes.
There we go.
Put you on the payroll.
Yeah, exactly. I found a use now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as long as you're not asking for a piggyback everywhere, you're gonna have to find your own way around.
No, that's all right. I'm sure I can find a bike or something like that. While you're doing your
just Segway or just rolling around.
Segway, exactly. I don't have to wear a helmet.
Oh, of course, safety first.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll have to pump a few cheetahs back, I'm sure, just to keep up with you on a daily basis. Oh, and there it goes. We might as well tell the story of what happened last time you were here.
Okay, so I had no idea this studio would be, in D'Angelo's, what's it called, office. And basically what ended up happening was I walked in ready to do my next Sportstar interview.
First tell to talk with the parking spot.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta even go back. It goes even worse. So, long story short, I parked in a spot that was not mine. It was D'Angelo's spot, and he was basically looking at me like I was crazy because I'm parked in a spot, texting, calling people, or whatever like that, just making sure all the loose ends or whatever I had to do that day were getting done, and asked him if this was cool if I park here, and he flat out said no. So I ended up moving. I got all confused, and then
I love your reaction though. It's a pretty great reverse parking job, nonetheless.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I reversed into it, and I said on the way out, at least, or in, I can't remember now, but I said it was a decent parking job, nonetheless, and then I moved into my new spot. But with all that great introduction, I walked in with a Monster Energy drink. This is the drink he would have preferred me to walk in with. I just had no idea. I just didn't click in. To my defense, no defense.
Well, we got your cheetah right away, and the moral of the story is that you've switched over and never looked back, right? See? But the funniest part of that story was, you were still downstairs, and one of the women that works in the office came running up the stairs and looked all bug-eyed and panicky, and he kind of leans in and goes, "He brought a monster with him." And I'm looking at her, and I have no idea what she's talking about. I'm like, did he bring a dog? What's the problem here? But no. Then I saw you downstairs with a can in the hand. I'm like, I get it now. But the important part is that you're part of the cheetah team now, and Frank isn't here today, so you couldn't steal a parking spot.
Yeah, it all worked out.
Yeah. So with all that being said, I just want to say thanks again for stopping by, even though it's not always the most convenient, as we've talked about.
It's all good.
Yeah. But if you want to give me a shout out, so let the people know where you are in the social media universe, you kind of did that earlier, but we'll give you another forum for that.
Awesome. Cool.
And thank sponsors or plugs or anything else you want to do.
Yeah, cool. Well, first and foremost, anyone can follow me at Elias Theodorou. I keep on doing that. I just picture the at or whatever.
We'll add a graphic in
exactly.
post-production.
Swipe. But no, you can follow me at Elias Theodorou, and then you can also like my Facebook page, the Elias the Spartan Theodorou. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. I never know what to do with my hands. No,
just keep them by your sides.
Exactly. I'm just gonna stop moving. And then there's a lot of great sponsors that I'd like to thank. Also, I want to thank my sponsor, Kimura, as you can see it, Combat Brand. Boom. How does this work?
Make sure you get the logo in there.
Exactly. I'm trying to turn it. They're a great sponsor, and I'm really proud to represent them for my next fight. And then also, you can also go to my webpage, my fan page, and actually grab one of my official walkout tees on suckyeah.com, and also Facebook, Elias Theodorou, and you can be a part of the Spartan team.
And who wouldn't want to be part of the Spartan team, really?
Not anyone I want to meet.
It's growing by the day, isn't it?
At least by the minute.
Yeah. Well, the last question I have for you, it's something that we ask everyone that comes on the program. From any walk of life, you get one shot, you can punch anybody. Last time you were here, you said Abraham Lincoln, which I thought was a good answer. I liked it, But is there anyone...
Man of peace.
Yes. Is there anyone that's bothering you more than Abraham Lincoln these days?
Nah, you know what? I've come to terms with my hesitation with Abraham Lincoln. It was just basically to see what he would do. I think another peaceful person, not Gandhi. I don't know. I would never touch Gandhi. But anyone that, you know what? I've kind of like come around to making sure I never litter again. So instead of any one particular person, this is a threat to anyone I see litter. Coming for you.
There you go. You're on notice, litter bugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, best of luck. Friday, November 23rd.
Thanks, brother.
Elias the Spartan Theodorou here on In the Cage with Bards on Nextsportstar.com, and we'll be back with more MMA action right after this.